And then these countries, have you seen, have this, well, I just ran, but you will have the file in the web for you. The BRIC, B-R-I-C, will be such in the GDP at the 2007 already here. Imagine 2020. 2020 will be an age in which this country will be 40% of the GDP global. And then I leave you for consideration. Look, you see the FDI of China that at that point starting to decline because internal accumulation, enough to support investment. So I go to Shanghai at the stock exchange and I found the money for investment, if they are good, viable, and long-lasting. On the poverty, question mark, we don't know if we will be capable. And then we have to remember, the ones who are poor are the ones who do war. The ones who are middle classes are the ones who try to avoid, escape the war. So we have to enlarge the segment of the social segment of the medium income. Today, in the world, there are 400 million middle income around the world, all over the world, 500 million. In 2020, there will be 1 million. This 1 million is 1/6 of the entire population, and mainly will be expressing the leadership of their own country. So we trust very much on this process. And yesterday we heard from our colleague from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, how much Saudi Arabia is thinking beyond petroleum and then investing in innovation, in development on other sectors, because really oil, the fossil oil, is really almost close to an end of an age. Will not disappear for sure. But I don't say this childhood nightmare of the disappearance of petroleum, but could not be, as today, such crucial. Then, I hope I can enlarge. Who is helping me to enlarge this picture? Nobody is here? In any case, I tell you, these are the figures I told you before, when I said, every year, last year in the world, there's been a flow of capital of $1,537 billion. Okay. How much of this went to the developed economy? 1 billion over 1 trillion, over 1.5 trillion. So it means 2/3 went to the developed world. And how much to Europe? 651 billion. So means almost 40%. But if I enlarge European Union to the overall Europe, inserting into Europe also the accession country, the future accession country, the Balkans, and if I enlarge to the not European Union like Norway, like Iceland, okay, then if I look to Turkey, because we consider already Turkey as a part of the house, even if they are not member, you will see that this 555 becomes very close to 750. I told you, 50% of the total. You will have this in your website. And I'm arriving to the conclusion. Only last year, Europe has seen an increase in foreign direct investment inflow to Europe of 90% plus. 90% plus doesn't happen since the last 500 years. 500 years is the time in which we could measure the capital flow with the appropriate instrument. So in relative terms, we have been so much successful in attraction of this capital. And look where the capital go, and look where they are coming from the United States. And the only profit that the multinational of the United States has done in 2007 are the ones coming from the European investment, because these were good investment, and so they make profit to correct the losses in the homeland corporate. Is not too much generic to say this case by case, but in general terms we can say this. governance matter, then governance is essential. No policy of growth and innovation without a very firm governance. Public and private governance, economic, financial, political, and security. We cannot escape to this circuit. If we are coherent, we have to accept that this circuit do together the job, not one against the other and not one over the other, because if one is over the other, prevailing will be bureaucratic attitudes, and so-called institution will not becoming beneficial, but will become oppressive to the economy. So I invite you to read a very good book of Persson and Tabelletti on constitution and economics, where you will see how much this governance conditionality is huge. And then I leave for your reading here a very important report from the RAND, where you will find the things I told you before. The future in 2020 will see the United States to lose the first place in the innovation to give, to give room to the new players. And the new players, again, are Singapore, Japan, Korea, with China and India coming close. Even Italy is not such bad in 2020. Engineer Di Giusto, we have Italy that will be 24, not such bad. Usually Italy is always clapped in these international investment flows because not very much attractive for many reasons, but not such bad, together with China. So we will be in 2020 as good as China, and then for China is such a progress in vis-a-vis only 10, 15 years ago.